This spring, Arizona legislators will once again take up a bill to create a statewide hands-free policy for drivers. More than 20 communities in Arizona currently ban the use of mobile devices while driving, like the town of Oro Valley. Its ordinance took effect 2 years ago. Since then, officers have issued more than 200 citations. We rode along with a traffic unit to see how they enforce the rule.
10-8 with 2 observers on board.
Officer Brian Kleinberg is out today in an unmarked police cruiser.
I will tell you, when the ordinance first went into effect and 6-8 months after, driving around in a marked police car was extremely easy to still find violations. However, now when I'm in a marked police car, not quite as easy to find them. I'm hoping that's because people are following the rules.
And his anonymity gives us a first-hand look at how often drivers use phones while on the roadways.
So I don't make a stop unless I'm 100% positive it's a cell phone.
And within a few minutes on Oracle Road, he's positive.
I did see it in her left hand. My name is Brian Kleinberg. I'm an officer with the Oro Valley Police Department. The reason I stopped you today is Oro Valley has a hands-free ordinance, which means no cell phones in your hand at all. It has to be hands-free.
The first offense is $50, or the officer can issue a warning.
I looked in the mirror and I saw she had it in her hand, and I could see the cord as well, and she wasn't looking at it at the time. It was just in her hand. So I gave her a warning for that. And she even showed me the GPS and that she was using a GPS and not texting or anything like that.
Our ride continues, and Kleinberg lets us in on his strategy.
I like sitting at lights and watching to see if I can see people on their devices as they drive around me.
Sure enough, he spots a driver for a local business.
They didn't tell you that there's a hands-free ordinance here?
No.
You're driving their vehicle?
No.
That is surprising.
Back on the road, he tells us why enforcing this ordinance is so important.
An average text message takes approximately 5 seconds to type out and send. And if that's 5 seconds that you're looking away from the road and you're traveling on Oracle Road at 50 miles per hour, you're traveling the distance of a football field or more without looking at the road. And as far as court-related purposes, it comes down to my word in court testifying that I saw them utilizing it.
Having worked as a traffic cop for more than 12 years, he knows what to look for.
When I'm following behind people, if they're slow to start from traffic lights, if I see that they're braking a lot even though there doesn't appear to be a reason to brake, or moving from one side of the lane to the other, definitely indicators that they might be on some type of electronic device, so I'll try to get up next to him and see if...
Within 30 minutes, he stopped 3 vehicles.
See, like he's out of his lane a little bit there. Oh, and there we go, look at that. I make sure of that. This is a citation for a violation of the hands-free ordinance. It's an Oro Valley town code, so there's 2 different ways to take care of it.
Stops like this one, the department says, have made the community safer.
Driving is an attention to detail, and you have to be doing multiple things at once. Checking your mirrors, looking all around you, watching the vehicles in front, behind. And when you start utilizing your phone, that becomes your primary focus. So driving becomes a secondary focus to the phone use, and it's just a recipe for disaster, in my opinion.
Back at the police department, we speak with Daniel Sharp, the chief of police. He's helping spearhead efforts at the state capitol.
We haven't had a fatal crash in Oro Valley since the ordinance has taken effect, and so we certainly haven't done any kind of study or anything to say that, but anecdotally, we believe that it's made it much safer on our roads.
What's the ultimate goal for you if this ends up going to the state level?
Well, the ultimate goal for me is to have people put their phones down and attend to the job of driving the car. We're not saying you can't use your phone. We're just saying use it responsibly, use it hands-free. So we recognize that it's become part of the culture. It's very important. It's important for business. It's important for people doing their jobs and that sort of thing. So sure, it would be nice if people didn't have any distractions when they drove. But the ultimate goal is to make sure that people have their hands on the wheel, their eyes on the road, and then utilize the technology that does exist where you can use your phone while you're driving your vehicle and you don't have to have it in your hands.
How long have you been law enforcement now?
40 years.
In 40 years, and granted the advent of cell phones and texting, have you seen perhaps in the last 20 or so that this has really just taken on a whole new level of danger on the roadways?
It has taken on a new level of danger. It's one of those things that we're seeing crashes related to the distraction that's created by the phone. People have been driving distracted since the cars were invented. And there are a number of things that people see, and it's like, well, should we do away with all distractions? That would be nice, and all. And there are laws, like in the state of Washington, where you're not supposed to drive distracted, and they also have the hands-free. But since the advent of the cell phone, we've seen these increases in crashes and all. We were seeing a steady decline in fatalities nationally, and then that reversed a few years ago.
This winter, a distracted driver crashed into a Salt River police officer, hitting and killing him.
If you're distracted and you crash into somebody, you're responsible for that and all. And so is it really worth that kind of risk? Is it worth doing that? You take your eyes off the road, you look down, and the next thing you look up and there's a child in front of you on a bicycle or there's something going on. You know, that's a lifetime you're going to have to live with that action and all. And it's not safe. And I've heard people say, well, I drive better when I'm looking at my phone because I'm more careful. I heard that same argument about drunk driving in the late 70s and early 80s, and that didn't seem to fly. And we know studies have shown that you aren't safer, that you are endangering other people's lives. And so when somebody's saying, well, gee, I'm upset because I got stopped or I was reminded I shouldn't be doing that, it's like, you know, there are other people on the roadways that would like to be able to get where they're going without somebody running into them because they're distracted.
A couple of the people said, I didn't know, I just moved here. For you, this is about consistency?
Absolutely, it's about consistency. You know, it's really a fairness issue and it's a consistency issue. Drivers shouldn't have to figure out which jurisdiction they're in or what law applies and all that. That's the reason we have state statutes, and the state statutes should be the one thing that's what people have to worry about and know about. Plus, if it's on a statewide level, I think when people get their driver's licenses, when you have people move here and that sort of thing, we can have that people understand that in Arizona, it's not okay to have the phone in your hand.
Is it fair to say there are challenges with enforcing this ordinance?
There are challenges, but there's challenges, you know, enforcing a lot of different things. No, we just need to make sure that that people understand, you know, what the rules are, what the law is, and all, and then we enforce it equitably, fairly, and that sort of thing. We want to make sure that that people, if somebody just has a phone in their hand, you know, and they're not utilizing it, you know, I don't know a lot of people that just drive around holding their phone, but again, the officers are going to look for, you know, is it in use? Is the person, you know, doing something with it and that sort of thing? But ultimately, what we're looking for, like all laws, is we just want compliance. You know, if people all follow the rules and follow the laws and we don't have to write a ticket, it can't get any better than that. The whole idea of having laws and we enforce the laws is to change that driving behavior. And that's what ultimately, at the end of the day, we want people's behavior to change such that they're just not touching the phone.
Senate Bill 1165 is the current measure that would create a statewide ban on texting while driving. Fines would range from $75 to $250, and drivers could have their licenses suspended if they cause an accident. The measure is awaiting review from the Committee for Transportation and Public Safety.